Yo, what's up, KJ? Hello, Ethan. Hello, Adriana, Brandon. Do I like Mike Martin? Mike Martin from Florida State? Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. Hey, son. What's going on? Hello, Armin. Thanks, Kate. Grow your beard out more. I'm starting to grow it again. I really don't like having a beard, but I also don't like shaving. Mike Martin always seemed like a cool guy for me. I've never actually met him or talked to him. Played against him 3 years, but um, seems like a nice guy. Who do I think will win the World Series? I don't know. I guess the Red Sox. I would hope the Red Sox do since I'm from Boston. Um, Chase Field, I liked hitting there the few times I did because you could the ball like look. You got like a really good backdrop. It's all green, big, huge green wall back there. You see the ball well. College World Series winner. I haven't watched as much college baseball as I wanted to this year. Who's the number one seed? Florida again? Yeah, Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. Who do I think will win the Stanley Cup? Uh, Hockey is my lead. I love playing hockey. I don't watch a lot of it, so I'll go with Vegas though, since that'd be kind of cool. Let's say, am I going to watch the draft? Baseball draft? Yes, I will. When is the baseball draft? It's coming up soon, right? In a week or so? I've never done LSD, no. Best pitcher in the MLB? Oh man, there's a lot of them. Um, I don't know right now, actually. Best pitcher I ever faced? Daniel Bard was the hardest pitcher for me to ever hit. Favorite seeds? There's a lot of good ones. I just actually had a couple that I hadn't tried before. It was bacon, something bacon, which I didn't think I was gonna like. I do think Tom Brady is Jesus Christ. I've never faced him. Nope. Papa Antonelli. Favorite dip? I actually don't dip. Dipped twice in my life, and I didn't like it either time. Yeah, A Rod should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm for putting everybody in the Hall of Fame, even if they did steroids. I really don't care. Favorite MLB player of all time? Manny Ramirez, probably. Right now, I like watching Mookie Betts hit right now. Feet first slide. I've never slid into a base head first, except going back, diving back to a base. Facing Julio Teheran, he was good. He. I've probably faced him like 4 or 5 times. He struck me out a couple of times. I think I walked. I think I popped out against him. I felt like I never could square the ball up against him very well. I have been to Cooperstown a couple of times. Wrigley Field. I've never been to Wrigley Field, unfortunately. We never went to Chicago when I was up, and I've always wanted to go there. Hey, just average. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. When Aroldis Chapman pitched, I was no, I'm not drunk right now. When Chapman pitched against us, I was on the bench, so I didn't face him. Let me see real quick what just average said. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. Any encounters with Mark Mcgwire? So Mark Mcgwire was done playing when I got called up. So I have never had any encounters with him. I've never seen him in person. I did really enjoy that. No, Alex, I am not. I did really enjoy that home run derby at Fenway Park, though, when he hit about 1,000 home runs. Why do I look drunk? Warriors. Even though I could care less who wins that, I'm a huge Celtics fan. So Rawlings glove. Ovechkin's. I don't think he's overrated. I mean, he's. I don't know, Zach. I might be. I don't play golf. I'm not from Boston. I'm from north of Boston. About 25, 30, well, now I'm about 30 minutes north of Boston. What other schools scouted me? I got scouted by, yes, for the Hall of Fame. I got scouted by a decent amount of college teams. I took my visits to Wake Forest, University of Virginia, University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and Georgia Tech. Those are my four visits. How do you stop breaking bats? Hit it on the sweet spot. Edgar Martinez should make the Hall of Fame, yeah. Skill shows. I actually don't even know really what a skill show is. Is skill show like when they put like a recruiting video of you together? I watched some college softball, yeah. I've never faced Rivera. No, he was retired, I think, by the time when I was playing. I think. When did he retire? I can't remember. What was the hardest pitch for me to hit? A really good split finger fastball. I signed with Nike when I got drafted. UVA wanted me to play the outfield. They weren't really interested in recruiting me as an infielder. Ichiro, yeah, I played against him in spring training. Hey, thanks, Noah. Yeah, you did buy both hats. That's right. I remember sending them both to you. They both get there all right? I don't have any pets. Nope. What's going on, James? Hold on. Jeez, Connor. Your jerseys are sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. Took me a little while to get them. Any hats left? We have some white hats left. I only have one of these. I got thank you for reminding me. I have to put an order in. I asked my wife if she wanted to come on the stream tonight, and she told me no. I'm doing good, Guitar Hero. How you doing? Adrian Beltre is amazing. I think that guy has more fun than anyone playing. Fitted hats. I do have a couple fitted hats, but I haven't put any for sale yet because those are the hats that all of our guys wear, and I just want to make sure I have enough of them. So I'll get them on here hopefully soon. I like Bartolo Colon. Yeah, guy's had an unbelievable career. It's not easy to be a utility player. Just average. Thank you again. Let's see what just average. Just average. What's your name? I should auction off old gear. Well, I don't have a whole lot of jerseys, so those I can't really give away because I don't have enough of them. But I've got some other gear that I might be able to. You're sitting there, Chris Bryant, this weekend. Didn't you write like a YouTube comment or something about that? That you should have yelled my name or something. I've played against Dustin Pedroia. Never really had any encounters. Sean Rodriguez, a good player. I played against him a lot. What were my stats at Wake Forest? I think that said. I'm going to do a video on that. I hit 332, I think, my junior year. With 11 home runs. I think like 20-something stolen bases. I had a high on-base percentage. That's usually my... I'm not a huge Bruins fan anyway, so... Best baseball player of all time? That's a tough one. People would probably say Babe Ruth. I think Barry Bonds is maybe one of the best hitters of all time. Probably the scariest hitter of all time, the face. How good are you at baseball? Not very good anymore. Never taken roids, no. I like Nike. Under Armour was good too. Those are the two companies I actually had deals with. Joe, what's up? You. Oh, let me see what Joe has to say real quick again. Oh, thank you for buying my first rookie auto. I appreciate that. Yeah, Guitar Hero. I do look at the comments a lot. I've actually haven't been able to comment back as much because at this point I'm getting like 1,000 comments a day. I used to respond to everybody, but now it would take me like 20 hours a day to respond to everyone. I'm getting way too many comments, so I can't really do that anymore. But I still see a lot of them. I just don't have time to write back to everybody. I don't get paid by the Padres anymore. No, they haven't paid me in a long time. Am I going to the Florida State baseball camp? No, I won't be there. Thanks, JJ. I think steroid users should be in the hall, yeah. I just think it's tough to figure out who took them, who didn't take them. So, who's second best reliever of all time? Oh, I don't know. That's a tough question. Is Trevor Hoffman second in saves all time? Do I like Walker Buehler? I remember him at Vanderbilt, but I haven't really watched him a ton in the big leagues. Best pitcher of all time? That's a really tough question. I just did that video on the top five pitchers. Who did I have? Roger Clemens. I had Tom Seaver. I had Pedro Martinez because he's my favorite pitcher of all time. I forget the other two. I don't think Bonds would have hit 700 without roids. No, probably not. But I think he would hit a lot. Christian Vasquez, I think he's got an absolute cannon. Do a video with Derek Chaos and John Madden. John Madden's been asking me a lot to do videos with him, but I haven't had time, and he's in Florida. I'll go with the Warriors. I think the USA bats, a lot of them stink. I like Dansby Swanson. I practice a lot. I like to practice, so. Probably, I guess, Babe Ruth, but nah, I mean, I don't know. It's tough to say. Babe Ruth, if Ted Williams didn't go to war and played, he would have gotten an extra, I think, probably like 4 or 5 seasons. His numbers would have been, even more ridiculous, closer to Babe Ruth. I definitely got to start earning some more of that money or some of that money. I've never asked a player for an autograph. No. Best catcher in the league currently. I don't know. I think Buster Posey's good. Yadier Molina's been really good for a long time. It's a lot of good catchers. I do have money from my signing bonus still. I didn't blow it all. Hey, what's up from Canada? I missed your name, but best player I've played with? Adrian Gonzalez was my best teammate of all time. What was your salary? Well, it depends on what level. In the major leagues, I got paid league minimum, which was about a little over $400,000 for the season. Say your mom. Never been to the Little League World Series. I want to. How do you time up a pitch? On the on deck circle. You have to get in rhythm with the pitcher. So, Trout. Any tips for high school players? Have fun and enjoy it because it's going to go really quick, and just work hard. Christian Johnson, thank you very much. I once dropped acid, pitched 3 innings. Good. Good, Christian. Are you doing okay today? How you doing? Did you recover from that? I do have a job. I'm not planning on getting a job. I do have a job. I run a baseball company called Antonelli Baseball. Tell me you are rich. I wouldn't consider myself rich now. How much of my signing bonus was $1.5 million almost. Am I ruthless? No. Favorite all-time player? Manny Ramirez. I am married. I have been robbed of a home run, but not in the major leagues. Smoothest infielder. Probably Iglesias. Best player I played with, Adrian Gonzalez. Bryce Harper, I think he can obviously really, really hit. How do you build arm strength? I played a lot of long toss. I just threw a lot. I think the more you throw and throwing with high intent gets your arm stronger. I'm not a bad thrower, no. Best infield arm I ever saw in person, probably Manny Machado. Favorite color, blue. What does the first base coach do? I actually made a video on that. They usually let the runner know the time to the plate for the pitcher, and just remind them of simple things, the outs and some other things. My favorite team growing up was the Red Sox, but now I don't really follow a team. I just watch baseball. I knew I'd get drafted my senior year of high school because they told me that I was probably going to get drafted in the top 5 rounds. Do I believe in rally caps? Not really, although I think they're fun. Hardest pitch to hit, good splitter. When did you play in the MLB? Is that what that said? My last year actually getting an at-bat was 2008. My last year on the actual Major League roster was 2010. I do have to start earning some of that money. Thanks, Wade. I have heard of the yips. I've never had them, but I've had players that have had them. Thoughts on Zach Hampel? Is that how you say it, Hampel? I've seen some of his videos. They look interesting. Thank you. I got to meet Tony Gwynn, yeah, when I was with the Padres. He actually called me over and gave me some hitting tips. He told me that I was getting loaded too late. That was his advice to me. He said it looked like I was getting loaded way too late. I need to get loaded earlier and more. Brock Colt, good Antonelli, good utility player. I guess Nesson because I watched the Red Sox. Yeah, I did play the 66ers a bunch of times. So I am drunk? No. I like the Cubs. I like Joe Madden. Um, One of my former teammates, Will Venable, coaches over there. I think they got a lot of good players. I like Alex Bregman too. How many home runs did I have? One major league home run, probably like, I don't know, 40, 35, 40 minor league home runs maybe. Never played in Binghamton. Daniel Bard was the toughest pitcher I ever faced. Least favorite player? I really don't have a least favorite player. Draymond Green makes me mad in the NBA though, randomly. No, it's not baseball, but oh, you live up the road from the 66ers? Where? Why am I having a mental block where that is in California? That the 66ers you're talking about? Inland Empire 66ers. They still called that? San Bernardino, gotcha. What redeeming qualities do I have that allows me to run my business? Um, that's a good question. Well, probably the biggest one is I'm actually interested in baseball and teaching kids and don't really care a ton about making a lot of money. What's it like being a bonus baby? um, I mean, it's nice to get paid to play baseball, to play a sport for a living when you play it without getting paid your whole life. So, how fast was my fastball? I hit 91 miles an hour my senior year of high school pitching, and that's the last time I ever got gunned because the last time I pitched, I didn't pitch in college. But it was usually 87 to 89, top 91. Yeah, Simmons, I think, is an amazing shortstop. Did I ever play against Trout? Yes, but never in a major league game. Spring training. Never played the Angels in a major league game. How fast was your 40 times? Six, usually a 6.6. I didn't like being in the minor leagues as much as the major leagues. No. Once you go to the major leagues, so the minor leagues is fine and fun until you go to the major leagues, and then when you come back to the minor leagues, you're like, oh, this is terrible. How old do I look? What do you think? Best pop time? I never caught, so never faced Kurt Schilling. I wanted to play for the Padres. 33, 32, 32. You guys are pretty good. 35, 30, 29. I'm getting younger by the second. Keep going. I am 33 years old. I had to think about it for a minute. I wish I was 21 again. Who's your favorite SJP team manager? How is Wake Forest? I like Wake Forest a lot. Do we have any other St. John's guys in here? Everybody's sleeping. I did this one kind of late tonight. I actually had to, if you want to know what I had to do tonight, I had to go down to a park about 10, it's at like 11 o'clock tonight, or 10:30. I had to go down to the park and tarp the field and rake and all that stuff and use my phone as my light because it's supposed to pour out tomorrow. And we didn't tarp our field down the street. Where's my wife? She's upstairs, I think. She was actually sleeping when I went up there when I got back from tarping the field, but then I came down here and I can hear her walking around now, so she's up there. Do I ever sleep? I do sleep. I'm actually gonna go to bed somewhat soon. I'm not gonna stay too late tonight because I have to I have to get up early tomorrow. What happened to my nose? I don't know. Did something happen to my nose? How many players on our team? 31 on our high school team. But for Antonelli baseball, we've got about 100 or so. My bedtime, I usually go to sleep at, try to fall asleep around between 11 and 12 because my daughter usually wakes up at 7. So I'd like to get 8 hours of sleep. If I get between 7 and 8 hours of sleep, I feel okay. If I get under 7 hours of sleep, I feel horrible. So I do need sleep. Although I don't enjoy sleeping, I strictly do it to feel good. That's it. I'd rather just never have to go to sleep and just stay up. I'm not one of those people like my wife. She gets in the bed and she's like, "Oh, this is so comfortable. I want to stay in bed forever." When the second I wake up, I just want to get out of bed. North Carolina's got better weather. Hold on. Trevor, what's going on? Thank you very much for that. Hold on one second. Let me see what Trevor has to say real quick. My favorite Padres jersey to play in? Well, that's a good question. So I have these two jerseys behind me. This one is, I was given that. That's like our blue jersey. I was given that when I got drafted. This one is kind of like the sandyish color jersey. That's so these are the only. Actually, no, I have one more of these exact ones. Um, but my favorite one, I don't know. I like the look of our blue jerseys. Um, I guess the clean white home ones are okay, but I'd probably go with the blue. Although I kind of like this like sandy one over here too. Thoughts on Vlad Jr.? He is unbelievable. I think he's going to rake in the big leagues for a long time. Del Parco, thank you very much. Kate, thank you very much. Let me see what you have. Hold on one second. Let me go back to there. Dewey, thank you very much. Wow, thanks, guys. All right, let's see here. My phone, by the way, my tripod like broke on me tonight, so the phone's kind of all over the place. All right, let me go back to these questions quick. Sorry about that. Let's see. What would happen if you missed an at bat because you were in the bathroom? You'd probably be in pretty big trouble because I guess, well, maybe you wouldn't bat out of order. I'm sure they would just pinch hit for you. But I get that question a lot. When do players go to the bathroom? You go when like your team's hitting and you're not up for a while, so you got to go fast. I would tell you a story about one of our high school kids that just had an issue with that, but I don't think anyone wants to hear it. So thank you very much. Who wrote that one again? Oh, Del Parco. Thank you very much. Kate, favorite baseball movie? Major League One. For me, it was the funniest baseball movie. There's a ton of I have a ton of favorite baseball movies, but I'd have to go with Major League One. Dewey Williams, thank you very much. How common is for pitchers to tip their pitches? That is a good question. Um, so, in my experience, sorry, I'm gonna try to fix my phone real quick because it's kind of tilting over again. There we go. In my experience, I wouldn't say it's really common. You know who's really good at doing that? Adrian Gonzalez. When I used to play with him with the Padres, he was really good at being like, "Hey, check. This guy when he throws a slider, he sets his hands a little bit lower, fastball a little bit higher. Like he was really, really good at that stuff. Um, I didn't pick up that stuff as often, but there was a couple of guys, but I don't think it's very common. Actually, as a coach, I look for it much more. I can actually like in high school and stuff, and in summer ball, I can pick up what guys are gonna throw. We don't always relay it. Like in summer ball, I don't really relay it. High school, I don't really relay it either, but I used to relay it a lot more in college. Oh, thank you, Dewey. Let's see what else. Oh, what do we got? Ryan, thank you very much. Could you walk on an independent league team right now? So I have right now I couldn't. I'd have to like work out again. I haven't done anything. I'm like I've lost 20 pounds, and my wrist really kills from all my surgeries. I went to the driving range last week, and my wrist, I was getting a throbbing pain in my wrist for like probably 3 days after that straight. If you guys can see so that's a scar from I had three surgery. Well, I broke my hand here, had a surgery, and then I had I had two more right here, and then I was supposed to get a third one right here, but I never got it. So I probably wouldn't make it because I couldn't last more than probably a week right now. Christian, thank you very much. What subject do you teach? And my high school coaches had to. I don't teach, so I'm not a teacher. I don't have to teach. Although a lot of our coaches are teachers, I am not. So I teach baseball. Dunkin' Donuts. I'm not in the Hall of Fame. Yes, I really wish that I never got injured. I missed like half of my career because of injuries. Francisco Lindor, I didn't see the whole question, but he was really good. I got a chance to play with him actually when I was with the Indians, which was he was very young at that point. But actually, I wouldn't be a good scout because I thought he was a good player, but I didn't think he was going to be like he is now. Do you remember batting against Clayton Kershaw before he was the Clayton Kershaw? Yes, I do. I can remember. I can like honestly pretty much put myself right back into those at bats. When I hit against him, I never thought anything of it because he wasn't like a big name player yet. But I remember he had a good curveball. I remember battling off, fighting off a few pitches. I didn't really do anything against him. I think I grounded out a couple times or something like that. But I remember him having like a pretty good like over the top breaking ball, and he was probably throwing like 92, 93, I think, is what he was the game that we played him. What do we got here? I've been on for 26 minutes. I'm probably only going to stay for about 5 more minutes because I do have to get to bed soon. And I really want to eat some ice cream. I'm going to go have a bowl of ice cream quick before I go to bed. That's usually what I do. Tebow Wilson or Wilson. Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rocky 4. I love fighting the Russian. I'm a big Drago fan. Bat Boys usually know somebody, I feel like. Rocky 3. Clubber Lang. I thought 3 was okay, but I'm not a big fan of when Mick dies. Thoughts on Lexington High? We're playing Lexington High in the Super 8 on Wednesday. Do you play at Lexington High? Whoever just wrote that? You have my jersey? Um, what high school? I coach at St. John's Prep. Lexington High is a school that's we're playing against in our first game of our playoffs on Wednesday. Toughest pitcher I faced? Daniel Bard. I have faced your Brewers. 2008, they had, who was the lineup back then? Let me see if I can remember real quick. Prince Fielder was at first. Ricky Weeks was at second. Ryan Braun was in left. Was Mike Cameron in center? I can't remember. Who did I face when they were pitching? They threw Jeff Suppan against us. They threw was Gallardo on their team? I can't even remember. This is bad that I can't remember, but it was 10 years ago. How do you control anxiety in tryouts? I feel like I never. I mean, I feel like if you're prepared and you feel confident, then you won't feel as anxious. Although there are some people that are just naturally more anxious than others. So I was really never a really anxious player until I got much older. And then I became more anxious when I wasn't as good of a player. So like when I started getting injured a lot and not being able to practice, I wasn't really confident. That's where I got more anxious. But I wish I could help you because I didn't really know how to keep myself from being anxious at that point in my career. Timothy C, thank you very much. Oh wait, no, I already answered that question. But thanks anyway, Tim. Thank you again. Kate, thank you again. Is there a difference between an AB and a PA? So an AB and at bat, if you walk, then it's a plate appearance, but it's not an official AB. I guess is that's how you would say it. So a plate appearance is every time you come to the plate. If you walk, so like if you went up and walked 4 times, and that was it, you'd go 0 for 0. So you'd have 0 at bats for the game, but you'd have 4 plate appearances. Hopefully that makes sense. Cardinals girl, thank you very much. I appreciate it. What do you have to say about Yadier Molina? I think Yadier Molina is an unbelievable catcher. Um, just all around. Whenever I want to like, if I have a catching question, or if a player asks me a catching question, I usually go look up a video on Yadier Molina and see how he does it. So, how dope is it being famous? I'm not famous. Although I'm getting kind of famous on YouTube, I guess. When we played a tournament last weekend in New Jersey, and was anyone there? And I had a lot of players. I had a lot of players come up to me and be like, "Hey, it's the YouTube guy, Antonelli ASMR. Should I start that channel?" Yeah, I watch college baseball. Have you torn your ACL? Nope, never, thankfully. We're in New Jersey. Uh-oh, my phone's dying. I only got 20% battery. We went to Flemington, New Jersey. How do I know Josh Saratani? Who asked that? He plays on our high school team. Antonelli Gaming. I wish I had more time to game. Do I listen to gangster rap? I actually do like rap music. I have played MLB The Show. I don't play a lot. I don't play very many video games anymore because I have two little kids and I work. Oh, I do a lot of baseball stuff. Sean Lang, future. Hey, Sean, go to bed. It's really. Oh wait, no, you're done with everything. Troy Smith, thank you. Yeah, I like to play future for our BP mix. Am I high? Nope, I am not. I actually bought chicken nuggets tonight. Let's see. Troy Smith. Ever scrimmage against the Winston-Salem Warthogs? Nope, never have played Winston-Salem Warthogs. When I was at Wake Forest, I went and watched them play, but I never played against them. I was never in that league. Jake Bolger here. What'd you say, Jake? Hold on. What's it like being the best BP thrower around? All right, he's clearly joking. I'm a terrible BP thrower. I do not enjoy throwing BP. If I never had to throw BP for the rest of my life, I'd be very happy. I would much rather watch. I love watching BP. I like hitting BP. I don't like throwing BP. Did you pick your walk-up music? What was it? Yes, I did, except in the major leagues. I didn't. I let them play whatever they wanted for me. But I did pick it for the first couple of years. I'm trying to think of what I had. My favorite song ever was, I think it was called Presidential by Youngbloods. That's when I was in Lake Elsinore. That was my favorite of all time. Hail Mary, I had that in college. Fastest high school pitching I ever faced was a kid named Jeff Allison. He was first round pick my year. He's from my hometown, Peabody. I faced him in a summer ball game when he was probably 95 plus. We don't play in Texas summer, no. We play in Georgia. That's the furthest south we go. Austin, thank you very much. Do I own a mansion? I do not own a mansion. Duhast, I had that in college too, freshman year. Austin, team you wish you could have played for? Red Sox. I would have liked to have played for the Red Sox, just growing up in Boston or near Boston, right outside of Boston. Yes, I do get blisters on my hand. I don't know if you can see that. I have one right now from hitting a fungo. I don't even play anymore, and I have one from fungo. There's really not rivalries in the minors. No one really, in the regular season, no one cares much about winning, unfortunately. Justin, thank you so much. Justin, you didn't even ask me a question. You just gave me $2. Wow, thank you very much, Justin. I appreciate that. Puggy Pug. Do you like pugs? So my aunt and uncle, cousins, they have a pug. They had a pug, and then they got another pug. So I like pugs. I've never had one, but is Bartolo the real goat? Bartolo's pretty good. I faced Bartolo twice, and he struck me out both times. And his ball was doing this against us. One of the best two seamers I saw. How much money did I make in my total career? I have no idea. If I had to guess, I'd say probably, I never really thought about it, probably a little bit over 2 million. I've hit one inside the Parker. I like playing in Columbus. I got released very quickly. Jamal Weeks, I know Jamal. Yeah, I played at Miami in college, and I played against him when he was at Miami. I played against him. Tips on hitting mechanics. That could be a really long question. What I would do, if you look at our YouTube channel, if you watch our channel, like just go to the hitting playlist, and that's all I do is talk about hitting mechanics. It's tough to answer that question. I mean, I could go a million different ways. So honestly, the easiest thing is just go check that out. Do I remember the grounds crew at Lake Elsinore? Is that what that just said? I missed that question. I live a little bit north of Boston, about 20 minutes. Echeverria, I don't know him now. I know who he is, but what was it like hitting off Andrew Miller? I actually hit Andrew Miller, excuse me, really well in college for some reason. Tips on how to avoid the chicken wing, like this kind of chicken wing. Well, usually, for me, like if guys that want to push their hands across their chest and not rotate, end up chicken wing a lot. I'm working on Antonelli merchandise. We've got the hats. I need to get more stuff. The tough part about this stuff is I'd have to order like so many sizes and it would get kind of difficult, but I'll try to figure it out. I don't think Aaron Judge is on steroids. I just think he's a humongous human being. I could be wrong, but my nickname was always Anto my whole entire career. Hey, thank you. Like, yeah, I missed your name that you said you were a big fan, but hey, I got another Jared Ridley question. Is this Jared? Zach Bailey. How do you know Jared Ridley? I think you asked me that before about Jared Ridley. So Jared's on our 16-year-old team. I haven't, I've actually never seen Jared play in a regular season game. Saw him play a little bit in fall ball, but could really run. So he's really fast. That's probably his best tool. Very good outfielder because of his speed. Um, and so those are his best tools. I think as he becomes a better hitter, I think that's the thing right now that he'll probably have to work on the most. And just getting bigger and stronger. But I think he's a good kid. I think he's gonna be a good player. Bo Bichette and Vladdy Jr. I think I haven't seen as much of Bo Bichette. I've seen a couple of his. I've seen his swing. I love Vlad Guerrero. I love his swing. I think he's obviously super physical. I mean, he's a big dude. Jared really goes in round one without a doubt. Come to Alabama. I like Rawlings gloves. P.O. Box yet? No, I keep forgetting to do that. I have to do that though. How many times did I do a touch my hat? I actually don't wear a hat other than on here and at the game. So I wear a hat now. I am going kind of bald. You can see my hair's kind of like starting to disappear on me back here. Um, but I just started wearing a hat on videos a long time ago, and I don't know why. I just kept wearing them. Can you do fan mail? I do fan mail. Bryce Harper to the Yankees. Yeah, I've seen Wade hit 90. I've seen him hit like 91, I think. It's probably the hardest I've seen him hit. He's never thrown super hard, but Wade had one of the best changeups. I really enjoyed when I played. So I moved up with Wade pretty much the same time all the way through. I used to love playing second base when he pitched because he could just throw an inside fastball to righties and then throw a changeup, and they could never figure out how to hit him. If you want to try to, at least I don't know now. I haven't watched him play, but I know back then, like the only chance you had against Wade is you have to load your lineup with left-handed hitters, which doesn't seem it's counterintuitive because he's a left-handed pitcher. But you load your lineup with left-handed hitters, try to take away his changeup, make him throw his breaking ball more, and then that would be the only way that you'd have a chance against him. I pitched in high school. Have I ever thought about coaching in the bigs? That was said. Um, I've actually had a couple. I've talked to a couple different teams about coaching, but I've decided against it. Julio Teheran, I think he's got really good stuff. I actually saw him pitch last week. I went to the Red Sox game, and he pitched against the Sox. I think he has good stuff. He let up a couple of bombs, but I mean, I think he's got good stuff. I haven't watched him enough to give you an actual scouting report on him, what I really think, but where do I think Manny Machado will go? I think everyone's going to the Yankees. I don't know why. I just think that they've got a lot of money and um, Metallica or Megadeth? Metallica. Although I'm actually not a big Metallica fan, um, but I like. I mean, I like some of the songs Metallica sings, but I wouldn't say I'm a Metallica fan. What did that say? I missed that. Is Austin Meadows going to be legit for the Pirates? So I remember Austin Meadows coming out of high school in Georgia. He came out with Clint Frazier, right? I think that was the same draft year. I think they might have actually been like buddies. I haven't followed Austin Meadows at all. I just remember him like I got like a weird memory from like all the drafts and stuff. I remember left-handed hitting outfielder out of Georgia high school. But I couldn't tell you anything about him now because I really haven't followed. I haven't followed him. What goes on during a college workout? Do you mean like a college practice, Trevor? Is that what you mean? Trevor, just say yes or no if that's what you mean for college workout, and then I'll answer your question. I did hate to lose Garoppolo, but I love Tom Brady, but I hated to lose Garoppolo. I am married, yes. Where did I get married? Boston, downtown Boston. All right, Trevor, I'm gonna just talk about a college workout as in college practice. Um, so usually, will I marry you? Did I say Andrew? Um, college practice is usually 3 hours long. We're typically 3 hours long. It's been a long time. I heard you were the all-time hits, steals, walks, and home runs leader. Triples also, Jake. Don't forget that. Um, what was I saying? Shit. Oh yeah, college workouts usually 3 hours long. Um, and it just depends. Like in college, we did like a ton of bunt defense. I always thought it was ridiculous. Like you do so much bunt defenses. You run like 400 plays, and you run one of them in the game all year long. So you do that. Um, hit BP. It was like nothing crazy, honestly. Um, but it's a lot of like bunt defense, first and third defense, all that stuff that you barely ever run in the games. You do a million of them in practice, used to drive me nuts. Probably the same way Bulger feels right now. Let's see. World Series, who do you have? Um, I don't know. I think that the Astros pitching staff, the top guys in their staff, are ridiculous. I would not want to face them. I think Red Sox are obviously really good right now. I think it depends on the health of their pitchers. Um, I can't say Astros are going to win it again though. Although I love the Astros, I just think I don't know. There's everything about them I like. Let me see the super chats again. Actually, CCSZ. Thank you so much for that. Trevor, thank you again. Pixel Clubhouse, thank you very much. I appreciate it. What do you think about the A's this year? So I have not really watched enough of the A's. Unfortunately, I can't really help you with that. This has been a tough. This is always the toughest part of the year. What's that say? The Astros don't cheat. What's wrong with you? What do you mean the Astros don't cheat? I don't think I said the Astros cheat. I said the Astros are really good. Yeah, I agree with you, Del Parco. Antonelli for Cooperstown. Can we arrange that? Trevor Nelson, workout isn't getting invited to work out for a coach. Oh, um, so a college workout. I got you. So like, I'm assuming you mean as like a high school player going to work out for a college. Um, so it really depends on if you're Division One, you can't really go to a private workout. You can go to like a showcase or a college camp or something like that. And so usually that's like you're gonna play. You're gonna do like usually where you're gonna go to your position. You're gonna feel like 5 6 balls. If you're a position player, you're gonna hit BP. You're gonna run your 60, and then you're gonna usually play like a scrimmage or two. So nothing too crazy. If you're not a Division One player, I know that Division Two and Division Three, and I don't know about NAI and all those, but sometimes you can do like one-on-one workouts. Those usually happen, I feel like, for like pitchers come in and throw a bullpen and stuff. But I don't think it's anything super crazy. I think it's probably the same stuff that you're used to. Um, Owen Troy, most amount of rippies you've done pregame. Is that bad that I don't even know what you mean by rippy? Alex Greenwood. Alex Greenwood is the best stat taker. Thanks, Alex. I agree. Maddie, any tips for helping a sprain get along? Recovery. I guess it depends on what type of sprain it is. I mean, if it's like a UCL sprain or something like that, I think it's a lot different than an ankle sprain or something. Um, I'm trying to think for my sprains. I never really had any sprains. I hurt my hamstring. I guess it was a strained hamstring. So depending on the injury, I just think you want to just be careful with it. One thing I did with mine, hurt my hamstring. I strained it, and then I tried to rush back faster than I should have, and I ended up pulling it even worse. So I'm always cautious with injuries. Again, I was injured a lot, so um, but I just don't. You just don't want to rush things back. Just listen to what they tell you. Most people are like, "Oh yeah, doctor, they said 6 weeks, but I'll be fine in 4," and then they hurt themselves again. But thank you very much, Matt. Thank you, Alex, again. Ryan, thank you very much. Puggy Pug, Antonelli Gaming Channel confirmed one day. When my kids get old enough, how about when my son's able to play PS4 with me, then I'll get a gaming channel. NAIA. So, Trevor, I know nothing about the NAIA. I am sorry about this. I really appreciate the $1.99 again. Thank you so much. Um, I'm not good with NAIA because I've coached college baseball, but I've only coached NCAA baseball, Division One, and so I don't know very much at all about the NAIA, unfortunately. So I'm assuming, if I had to guess, I bet you that you can do private workouts just like you can in Division Two and Division Three. Again, that is a guess. I could be wrong with that, so don't take my word for it. Ryan Johnson, thank you so much. Which one of your wives' friends is your least favorite? I like all of my wives' friends. I don't have any least favorite friends. Uh, what do you think? Orange Man, thank you so much. And Ryan, thank you. What did you think of Syracuse when you played there? So I thought Syracuse, I enjoyed Syracuse. I did think downtown was kind of like a ghost town sometimes. Like there just wasn't a lot of people there, wasn't a lot going on, which I always thought was interesting. It was like a big town, it was a big city, but not a lot there. Um, what are some of the things I remember about Syracuse downtown? We used to go down there and eat a lot. That's bad that I can't remember um, where I used to eat at. But I like Syracuse. I like playing in Syracuse. The stadium never filled up a ton, unfortunately. There was always just one guy um, that would heckle the other team and actually drive the home team crazy. I forget his name, but I remember that guy. That guy kind of drove me nuts. But overall, I like Syracuse. Let's see. T. Ellis, thank you so much. Most common mistake made by first baseman. Most common mistake is probably stretching too early. So not seeing the ball and just assuming it's going to be a good throw, you stretch out there, and now all of a sudden the ball is not where you thought it was, and you go like this and can't reach it. When if you just saw the ball and stretched that way, you get a much better reach, and um, you'd probably catch the ball. So that would be my most common mistake, especially younger first baseman, is to be in a rush. Just make sure you see the ball and then stretch the ball. Pixel Clubhouse, thank you very much. Were there times you felt like giving up on baseball? Yep, plenty. What got you through those tough times? Um, well, actually, the closest came to giving up before I actually stopped playing from baseball was I was with Baltimore. I was struggling. I'd been hurt the whole off season. I didn't get to practice much. I went into the spring training kind of behind, and I got off to a rough start, and I wasn't playing much in AAA, and just a brutal year. And I actually got home. I don't think I've ever told this story. I got home from a game, and I called my wife, and I was like, I'm done playing. Like I can't play. I'm coming home. And I literally was like packing up my stuff to come home. And then she told me, no, you're not coming home. She said, you're not coming home. Maybe she just didn't want to see me. I don't know. But she's like, you're not coming home. You're not quitting baseball. You don't quit things. Like, I never quit anything before. But I was actually going to quit that at that point. I just was done with it. And she was like, don't think about coming home. You're not quitting baseball. Like, you're not going to be a quitter. You'll regret it. And so I didn't quit. So she helped me with that tough time. I think the other tough times that I've had, I mean, baseball is always tough. You don't play well, you don't feel. I mean, I used to get borderline depressed after bad games, but in the end, I think I enjoyed baseball enough, and I knew that's what I wanted to do. So that's kind of what got me through a lot of those times. No problem, Trevor. Thank you very much for your time. Brian, thank you very much. Fluorescent yellow gear in the bigs. It's like the new thing nowadays. I don't know. When I was playing, there was no fluorescent colors, but now everything's fluorescent. So I guess it's cool. I just think take it easy on it. Like I don't think going out there with fluorescent cleats and a wristband and an arm sleeve and socks is like you know there should be a limit to like one fluorescent thing. Quentin Mortensen, thank you very much. How does BP work in the minors? Same as majors? Yeah, pretty much same exact thing. Usually go like there'll be like four groups of like 4 or 5 guys. You're gonna get like 4 or 5 rounds. Typically 6 to 8 swings. A couple situation rounds. Usually go and bunt a couple 6 to 8 swings. You know, hit and run, move them over. 6 swings. Man on third, infield in, infield back, squeeze. But it's pretty much exactly the same. Starters usually go in the first couple groups. Bench guys go later on. So that's basically the same way, whether it's minors or majors. All right, my battery on my phone is about to die here in a second, so I can't plug it in because I got my microphone on here. So I got another about 1 minute. Even though I said I was going to do 30 minutes, it's 52. So let's see here. What's that say? Ravello, is that what it says? 83? I can't read that. I'm sorry. Was there ever an unwritten rule you learned the hard way? No, I don't think I ever got in trouble for it. Have you seen the video of the unwritten rules that I did? I don't think I've broken any of them. I don't believe, and unless I just don't know that I did, and I got drilled by a pitch, and I don't realize why I got hit, but I don't believe I did. Let's see, Puggy Pug. Thank you so much again. Okay, serious one now. Do you know the Mexicale? No, what's that? I don't know that. Am I supposed to know that? But no, I did not. I do not know that. I look tired. What if this is what I always look like? Oh, okay. Now my battery is really gonna die. All right, everybody. I've got to head. I got to head upstairs because my phone is about to die, and it is. I just realized it is really. Oh my lord! It's 12:10. I said I wanted to go to bed at 11:30. Okay. Um, Thank you everybody for jumping on here. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching all of our videos. I really appreciate that. Keep commenting on them. Even if I don't answer you, I see pretty much all of them. So that's all I got. We'll try to do this again. I hadn't done it in a couple weeks, so I wanted to get on here tonight, but we'll do this again at some point soon. Um, I'm not sure when exactly, but usually late at night when my kids go to bed and I have nothing to do. So, all right. Thank you, and we will talk to you later.